Good morning, everybody. If you tuned into the tutorial earlier, thank you for rejoining for this game. Of course, my children have to get up as soon as I start this, which is kind of par for the course in life here. That's the way it goes. Anyway, we have the Pirates and the Yankees for Game 3 of this series. Pittsburgh 4-0. They have yet to lose. We'll see if they do that here in this game, or if the Yankees will be able to get to 3-2. So, as you can see here, the standings, these are up to date. Miami and Oakland have both played only 4. They're going to be behind a game for a little bit until things catch up, but that's okay. So let's see, the starters today. Locke and shouldn't be Eovaldi. That's wrong. This is a wrong card. This is from a while back. Never mind. It's going to be Locke versus Nova. These are their 5th starters here. So I'm going to grab my chair. We can get going. Yankee Stadium. It's a May evening here, so I need to make a small amount of room. All right. Okay, so Yankee Stadium, May evening, 18. That's in the bad range. What are we gonna do? I think I was saying 1 to 5 would be a rain out if it's a bad roll. I think what I'm going to do actually is if I roll 20 and there is a bad, that'll be my thing going forward. Now that I think about it, that would be best, because that'll save a roll here. So if we were to roll 20 here, then it would have been bad. Any bad roll is going to be a 20. So 20 will be in it. So anyway, we're going to go with, it's bad conditions here in New York tonight. 1s for singles, 17 for lefties, so still a very good night for scoring when it comes to home runs. 14 for righties, and that may help the Pirates here because they have Jeff Locke, who is a lefty. He's going to be their starter in this game. So let's go through the lineups. And just as a quick mention here, if you see let's go through both lineups. Against Ivan Nova, the Pirates will lead off with Josh Harrison at second, Matt Joyce in right. Gregory Polanco is still injured. He'll be injured for a couple more weeks. Starling Marte in left, Andrew McCutchen in center, John Jace at first base, David Freese at third base. Jung Ho Kong needed rest. Also, Francisco Cervelli needed rest. Jordy Mercer at short. Chris Stewart catching. As I said, Cervelli out. And Locke will round that out. Pitcher. For the Yankees, we are going to use Alex Rodriguez as a third baseman. He will have the highest third base rating, but I know that Stratomatic does not recommend using him in the field. I guess I don't care at this point. If they were playing in an NL league, I would assume that they would have used him somewhere. I don't think they would have completely dropped him, so we will use him at third base here against the lefty. It'll be Ellsbury, Castro, Beltran. So Ellsbury in center, Castro at second, Beltran at right. Teixeira at first, Rodriguez at third, Gregorius, shortstop. Austin Romine still in there because McCann is injured. I think this may be McCann's last game that he'll need to be out. Brett Gardner in left, moving him down to the bottom of the order, and Ivan Nova. Good morning, Demos. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Tribe fan. I got to check something real quick. So, hi, Matt. So you have me on notifications, or us, we, Mr. Tabletop, and myself. I'm Tenacious Earl. I guess I probably didn't introduce myself, but I was on earlier, so I guess I just assumed that I already know. So it'll be Nova starting here on the mound. Again, poor conditions here at Yankee Stadium, but they will play the game. So, Harrison will lead off against Nova. Interesting thing here, Nova becomes a Pirate eventually, so facing some of his future teammates, and in real life, current teammates. Against a righty, 5-4, fly ball to center field X. That is Ellsbury, 2E4. And he will make the play. My assumption here is anybody who is a good fielder, if you total 9, 10, or 11, you're probably not going to. So let's see. So for center field, a 10 never gets hit. A 9 never gets hit. An 11 never gets hit. Over here, only when you get down to 20, you get to 18, there's a 9. So it takes an E17 to get to 9 or 11 for left or right for corner outfielders. For shortstop, to get to a 9, you need, or an 11. For an 11, you need, okay, well, as a 29, you can get one, but third base, you can get some 11s and 10s up a little earlier, so we have to watch out for third base and for first base, but second base, 11 is 23, so we just got to keep an eye on that for some guys, but if you get below there, 9, 10, 11 are pretty rare, so that's a 10 when you add them together, so that'll be an out. That's why I kind of go quickly there. Joyce. Potential double. Will it be flagged down by Ellsbury in center? No, it will not. It's going to sneak through, and that will be a double. Sneaks under his glove, and over to get that is Beltran, but not before Joyce rolls into second base with a double. Doesn't really steal much here, so Marte will. Are they going to hold him on? Well, now let's see. We're not going to be too aggressive here with the Pirates running. unless it's somebody like Marte or maybe McCutcheon. So, and a 310. Ballpark single chance. Not bloody likely. You need a 1 roll on the D20. So that's not even going to get that. That's going to be a line out to shortstop. Gregorius. That's 2 outs. With 2 outs, a +2 hold catcher arm deal, and they're not holding him on. He'll try to get a 5. Give him a 1 to 15 chance. And he gets it. That is a 12. He gets it. So 1 to 15, and he will steal. Oh, wait. Crap. I thought he was at first. +2. With 2 outs, yeah, we're shutting that off. That was a mistake on my part. I thought he was at first. Never mind. My bad. He got it, but we're not. Unless he was like high on drugs or something and decided to try and steal third with 2 outs, he's not stealing third. That's a strikeout, so hopefully nobody in wearing a Yankee cap thinks I did the Yankees wrong there by not throwing him out at third. Not exactly the way I would draw it up, but yeah, we all make mistakes. So Jeff Locke will be on the mound. I need to get some caffeine in me here. I've been holding off for a while. I can feel the intracranial pressure building. So, yes, great to know about the super advanced numbers. Trying to figure out an algorithm pattern to those numbers. Yeah, well, there are patterns. I mean, it's just, there's a statistical, take Excel, set up 3 columns, and put 1 through 6 in each column, and then you can set up where you just add the different numbers together. And I mean, I did it. I could show you. I have it's actually in Google Drive is where I have it, but you can set it up. It's not that, it takes a little bit of time, but not too much time. And you can do fill down and all that stuff to get it to kind of work out. But yeah, it's 9, 10, 11 are going to be your most common rolls, and with that you get very few chances when they're the best players, the best fielders. Jacoby Ellsbury. So if you get to, let's say, A-Rod 5E65, we're really going to have to check that. The Yankees are hoping they don't get any third base X chances here, but we'll see. Ellsbury leading off. Against the lefty, that's going to be a ground ball to second. And Harrison makes the play. Starlin Castro. Another ground ball to Harrison. Tries to punch it through the other way, and so doesn't have any luck with that. Carlos Beltran, 2 outs. And that's a single. 2-out single for Beltran. He'll try to get a lead here. Need snake eyes, and he gets it, but it's a 2 on the D20. That's messed up there. That's a potential balk, but there's no balk rating for Locke. But that means he does not get the lead. That's unfortunate. That's the chances of that happening have to be very, very low. So Teixeira with Beltran still at first. He's not running without the good lead. Locke is a -1 hold as well, so they're not holding him, and he would be a 1 to 5 chance of taking second. Not going to bother. Going to see if Teixeira do something with that. And there's another, wow, there's another snake eyes. Batting from the right, ground ball to first. Tough play for Jaso. They were not holding Beltran on, so it's still a 4E10. And there is a 4. Ooh. Could extend this inning. Let's see. 13 means he gets to the ball, but that 4 could be problems. No, how about that? The E10 for first base. He's going to be able to make the play to first, and that will end the inning. It's all about statistical distribution patterns is the way they have them set up. So feed went dead. Bush League. Yeah, this is... Hey. Well, we already had Marte play, so I think, it's still Bush League, definitely. And the funny thing is he's probably going to play most of the season, if not all the season, unless he gets an injury. It'll be a ground ball to Castro. And I'll tell you, what's really Bush League is using A-Rod at third. That's he's going to boot a ball, and that's just going to be a complete mockery of life. Walk for Freeze. So with one out, runner at first. Freeze not capable of getting a steal. Mercer, they're not going to hold Freeze on either. Here's Mercer. And that is going to be that's very likely going to be a single, unless it's a 20. You'll never guess. So, that is going to be a line out to second. Diving play by Castro. He is able to grab that. 2 outs. You get a 1-19 chance for a single and you hit the 20. That's pretty impressive there. And so Locke is a 1 injury, so 6-9 is not a problem. He's batting from the right side. He strikes out. And so we will go to the bottom of the second with no score. Must have hit something on your phone. Yeah. I do that all the time. I thought maybe it was because of sometimes if my kids put on something on the internet, it can frizz out my connection here, but I think everything is fine. So, A-Rod playing third base for the first time in who knows how long. Against a righty, that's a ground ball to third, and he tries to yank it in the hole, and instead... So we just got to figure out a way to get A-Rod's a good number of at-bats here, because he did play a lot as a DH, so this is the way we're going to do it. So against a lefty, ballpark single. Again, you need a 1. We already got a 20 when you needed a 1-19. Can the Yankees grab a 1 when... Nope. Not this time. Gregorius will line out to Harrison for the second out. Here is Austin Romine enjoying his chances to start here. Pops out to short. 1, 2, 3. Because this is before Sanchez comes up, and since McCann is injured, I'm not using a backup catcher here. If he gets injured, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll try to stuff A-Rod behind the plate. That'll teach him. Huh. I don't know, Matt. That's interesting. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm glad you're back with us here. Yeah, baseball demos. I will say I think dice in general probably are not that accurate, and we do the best we can, but statistics only work if you can get 3 D6s and a D20 that are exactly symmetrically perfect for every face. All the corners are even and all that stuff, and I think that's probably next to impossible. So, Locke hitting for the first time. He is batting from the left side. Yes, that's a ground ball to third base. Oh, goodness. Look out below. Here's A-Rod trying to make a play. 5E65. Oh, and it's a 4. Oh, boy, that's a single. And a 4 on an E65. Well, he doesn't make an error. That's the good news. Of course, with a single being, it's tough to... Well, it's not tough to single an error. You can just throw the ball into next year. But with A-Rod's arm not being what it once was, I don't know. Josh Harrison with the pitcher at first base. And that is a ground ball to short, and that will be spun around there for 2. Gregorius starts the double play, and just like that, the lack of A-Rod's range is erased by a timely double play ball from Nova. And there is, he's an injury 1, so 6-12 would be a problem. Against a lefty, ground ball to second, and we've had 5 half innings and not much trouble for either hurler. Strat on. That's right. We're just going to strat on. Brett Gardner, he was leading off not that long ago, but I decided to make a change and put him at the bottom. There's 6-11. Boy, we're getting close to ballpark single. Again, it's going to take a 1. And the Yankees wish they had your D20 there, baseball demos. Instead, that's a line out to Harrison. That's the second one his way. Here is Ivan Nova at the plate. And he swings and he misses. That was a valiant effort, but instead he goes back to the bench, hoping that he can keep throwing the way he's throwing so far. And against a lefty, that will be at least a single, and it's got a 5% chance at being a double. It's a 16. Boy, that thing went halfway to Mars and back. So that will be a single for Ellsbury, and you can bet your Batuti he's going to try stealing here on Locke, only a -1, so they're going to hold him, but he's got so many chances to try and steal here. So it would be a 1-13 chance. Now what we could do is we could try a hit and run, but with 2 outs, hitting and running is not so great. Try to get Ellsbury a lead. And a 5. That is a good lead, so he will be a 1-13 on the D20, and he will steal second. And he is successful in stealing second. So Castro will continue his at bat. See if he can single him home. And he will. That is a timely hit there from Mr. Castro. And that'll be a single. But the 2 stars means that the runner from second comes home, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Yankees. Castro. We'll try to get him a lead. They're not holding him on. No lead. and he won't try to steal. So Beltran, Castro at first, 2 outs. He's batting from the right side here. That's a ground ball to short. We'll say 6-4. Fielder's choice ends the inning. But 1 run on 2 hits, back-to-back singles, with a stolen base sandwiched in the middle. And the Yanks take the lead. Tribe fan says more competitive than the NBA game last night. Well, I'll tell you what. The NBA, they have, the decision they've made on what fans they want to draw, that rules me out. So, because I'm not a guy that can watch. I can't watch a league where the same 4 teams end up in chances to win. That's just, and you feel that way about the NFL at times, but it's really only the Patriots who are, like perennially. You get the Steelers and the Packers and stuff. It's not like it's always that, but you had the Colts for a couple of years and now they're down. You just can't. The NBA, it's just, and the NHL tries to do that as well with the Penguins and stuff. It's just kind of annoying. If you don't feel like your team has a chance, then why watch? And so that's what I like. Baseball has gotten away from that. It was the Yankees for a long time, and granted, the Yankees built a dynasty, but it was also the Braves, and you felt like the Braves were somewhat engineered by umpiring decisions that were somewhat jaded. I don't think that they called balls and strikes the right way, and that certainly helped the Braves with pitchers who were adept at throwing balls. They could hit 4 inches off the plate, they were going to get that strike, and hitters can't do anything about that. It was a bad product, and so Selig, those years, that's his fault. Ground ball to first. Teixeira, 2-E5. He'll make the play on that one. Double check here. Yes. Phone call at 8:45 in the morning on a Saturday. That's lovely. I wonder who's doing that. That's a ground ball to short. McCutchen 0 for 2. So still 1-0 Yankees here. 2 outs, top of the 4th. And that's going to be a multiple base hit here for John Jaso with 2 outs. That'll be a double. Brings up David Freese. Can Freese put the freeze on the Yankees here and bring home Jaso from second? Against a righty, that'll be a ballpark single, which is, as we know, probably going to get them out of the inning here. It wouldn't score the run anyway, even if it was a single, but it's going to be a line out to Gregorius to end the inning, because the ballpark singles are only 1 star. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-0. The home team on top. Revenue sharing is, yes, definitely. But I don't know. I think teams have realized. I think teams in general. What happens is you start. Well, I think 2 things have helped. One is the extreme testing of. Well, I don't know if it's extreme, but the testing for steroids has eliminated the longevity of players that shouldn't have been around for so long. So, the Yankees, they tried to keep that team together, And I just think that in past years, you would have had guys who were maintaining their performance because they were able to, extend their careers by, building additional muscle using performance enhancers. And now you can't. So I think teams are realizing they have to go with youth to try and so more and more teams are relying on that. And as you do that, it's going to skew things to where everybody's more competitive. I mean, it's the NFL's model too. The NFL is a league that is much more reliant upon the youth, partly because, again, guys just wear out. I mean, it's a brutal sport, football, American football. Aside from quarterbacks, you still have Tom Brady, who is very good, probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks of all time, you'd say, depending on who you talk to. But that position is not nearly as physically demanding. They do get hit some, but with the rules that have changed, I mean, you're not a wide receiver coming across the middle. You're not a running back going through the hole. You're not getting your leg broken by a linebacker scissoring it off, or a lineman getting rolled up on with your ankle and stuff. So it's just a little different demands. So you do have that one team that I think is persistent for whatever reason, and I'd still say they probably cheat, but one man's cheating is another man's getting an edge. So I don't know. Someone would point out that's a walk for Teixeira. Someone would point out that every team probably has done a certain amount of that to an extent, and they're probably right about that. So Alex Rodriguez against a righty. It's a fly ball to left. That's Marte. He's a 1E5, so it'll probably be caught here. Oh, another 4. Boy, we've got some low rolls. We've gotten some low rolls on the added D6s. So left fielder 1. He gets to it. Does he catch it? 4 on the E5. No, he does not. He boots it. So it's an F2. Wait, let's see. No, it's an F3, but an E1. One base error. Error on Marte. We'll make first and second with nobody out. A-Rod reaches. So here is Gregorius. Try and lay down a bunt here. They're not expecting it. Of course, you have Romine and Gardner coming up. Gardner could get the run home. Let's try and see if Gregorius can get a hit here. And that, boy, that's not what Yankee fans would want to see. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Infield not in. It is going to move to Teixeira to third, but should have tried bunting, I think. That would have been a wise move there, I guess. So runner at third, 2 outs. Romine at the plate. 2 on the D20. Potential passed ball or balk. No balk rating, so it can't be a balk. So we re-roll. It's probably a good thing because the 2... Well, actually, no, it wasn't. The 2-7 would have been good, but let's see. 4-7 against a righty. There's a single, and Teixeira will score. The run will come home. Single for Romine. RBI. 2-0 Yankees. Romine... We'll try to get him a lead here. And the 1 is a pickoff. Oh boy, that's the so 1-6 he's safe. Above he's picked off. And he is picked off. That'll end the inning. It's amazing. I never hit that pickoff unless it's one of those roll of 2, and so then it really stands out. If you get picked off and you're if you get the pickoff roll and you're a high or a good chance at, then it's, not such a big deal. But you get a guy with a 2, he needs a 2. That's like a very low chance. So Mercer against Nova. 2-0 Yankees. I did write that down. So that's a 2-4. Ballpark single for Mercer. Again, you need a 1. Not gonna happen. It's 1 out. Chris Stewart. The Havoc die. Yes, got to go mow the lawn. Yeah. Yeah, it's Saturday. Give the old lawn a trim. And 1-4 single. That ain't gonna happen. So that's a line out to third. That's 2 outs. Sorry, Pirate fans. I know I'm probably disappointing you when I say it's not going to happen. But, so you're saying there's not a chance. Ground ball is short. 1-2-3. Nova. You can see why Pittsburgh picked him up there. He's a 5-inning pitcher, and he's already through the 5th, and he's given up no runs. And only 3 hits thus far either. So, Locke going to the 5th inning. He is a 5th inning rated guy. So, again, we've got to think about maybe removing him after this inning or maybe in the 6th. Gardner against a lefty, 6'11". Ballpark single. The 6'12 is the one that hits these two fellers. I need the 1. I almost said it not going to happen, but it does. The Yankees are getting the hometown roll, and there is a base hit for Gardner. That'll bring up Nova, and Nova, he is going to lay down the bunt. He is a C bunter, which means with the infield in, he'll be D. D7. And that is a sacrifice. I really hate the 6 always comes up on these two, and I just feel like a bunt is rarely fielded by the shortstop. But in any event, Jacoby Ellsbury, runner at second. We're getting to the edge of Locke's effectiveness here against a lefty, and guess what? We're really butting up against it here. Now, Locke, a lefty. Ellsbury is weak against lefties, so can't be a home run. But 11-20 double, 1-10 single. Either one would score the run. It'll be a single, but that's a 2-star single. RBI for Ellsbury. In comes Gardner, and it's now 3-0. And they are going to get their bullpen not only activated, but they will. No, I think they'll just get it activated. They're not going. They're going to get Lobstein ready, or Lobstein, whatever his name is. One more hit, and it's lights out for Locke. So here is Castro with Ellsbury at first. Tell you what, with 1 out, they will hit and run. He's a B hit and run guy. They have to hold Ellsbury on. But a 12, oh boy, that might end the inning. Super advanced. He is B12. Line out, double play. That's it. And a 3 means it goes off the chart, so that'll be a line out to specify second base. So that maybe gives Locke a little bit of extra time. He was close to being tired, but they do pick up another run, 3-0. Go into the 6th. All right, so top of the order for the Pirates. They haven't done much today. That's a 2-6. That'll be a single. So they got to get something cooking here. They will be holding Harrison on. Matt Joyce. Swing away. 1 on the D20 means we check for wild pitch. And Nova 1-16. No wild pitch. Again, the Yankees have had the benefit of that die for a while here, and against a lefty 6-4 ballpark single. Gee, if it was 6-3 or 6-5, that would have been another story. But instead, it's the old, yeah, you aren't going to get that. Line out to second base, 1 out. Well, Harrison will try to get a lead here now with 1 out. Need a 4 or a 6. Gets an 11, so no lead. Nova +2 makes it 1-14. They're holding him on. 1-10 chance. I'm going to go ahead and swing away with Marte here. 1-5. And 1-5, that will get them on the board one way or the other. Should. 1-5 is a 1-10 triple. And they get the triple. In comes Harrison, and it's 3-1. With Marte at third and McCutchen at the plate. Nova 1 away from being tired. It's the 6th inning. They've got to find one other guy before they... Well, actually, that's right. Wait, am I missing? Who am I missing here? Let me see something. I feel like I'm missing a player in the bullpen for the Yankees. Double check. So we had to bring in Barbado and Sessa, but I think I had to bring out more than just that. So we're going to just take a look here real quick. What do we got? I think we're just going to go with the 6, and then I'll figure it out for next game. So they shouldn't need more than 6 in this game. But they're going to get Johnny Barbado ready to go. Let's see. He is a righty, so he will be. They'll also have Andrew Miller looking to. Actually, let's see. No, they won't. We'll go with Kirby Yates. He's a little better against lefties, so let's stick with that. So Nova, runner at third, 1 out. And McCutchen at the plate. Against a righty, 4-11. Fly ball to right field B. That will bring in the run. Deep enough. Sack 9. 3-2. And so, Jaso, nobody on. 2 outs. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and that'll be it. Nova lasts for that inning, and so that should be able to get them to... Well, they're going to have to figure something else out here probably. They'll have Kirby Yates ready to... So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. And Locke... They are going to lock him down. I'm going to go with Kyle Lobstein here. bit of a long reliever. Try and one injury. So Locke went 5 innings, 20 batters. They'll probably only have him pitch 1 inning unless they go 1, 2, 3, then he'd pitch a second. So here is Beltran, or unless he gets completely rocked. So lefty batting from the right side, and that could be a leadoff home run for Beltran. 1-5. It is a double. But the Yankees will take that for sure. Mark Teixeira. 3-2. No outs. Bottom of the 6th. Strikes out. So with 1 out, Alex Rodriguez comes up here, playing third base today. Wait a second here. Did I look at the wrong side? I did. My bad. That was a 2-9. That's a fly ball to left. No advancement from second base. So here is Alex Rodriguez. That's a strikeout. That's 2 outs. And here is Didi Gregorius. Just need a hit to try and get this run home. And somehow everything's moved over here. 6-4 against the lefty. Fly ball to center field. McCutcheon 3, E3. They're looking for a high number there on the D20, and they get it, 14. But a high number on the D6s as well. That's a 16. Let's check that out. That could be an error. 14E. So the 3 is F2, but then a 16 with an E3. E2. Two-base error. The outfield has been poor here for the Pirates, and they give up another run. That's an E8. Someone complained that the errors are a little too prevalent. I think it's probably just fine, but yeah, it's unearned run to Lobstein there, and here's Romine. Still a runner at second. It's 4-2, and that is going to be another run scored on the 110. You need a 9. 9 will be a single. But another unearned run. And Lobstein has not been helped by his defense here in this inning. 5-2. They have restored their lead. And here's Brett Gardner, another potential problem child here, but he'll strike out, and that will end the inning. But they get 2 runs, both unearned, after the dropped ball by Andrew McCutcheon, and the 2 runs the Pirates picked up in the top of the 6th, they give right back. So now the Yankees will turn to Kirby Yates. Correct. He has not pitched yet this season, according to my record, so he will get a chance here. Nova went 6 innings. Quite a name there. Kirby Yates. 1 injury, so... And he is not good at holding runners. So, fortunately for him, the leadoff batter is David Freese, who is not exactly a speedster. So, bottom of the 7th. Top of the 7th. My bad. Top of the 7th. 5-2 Yankees. And it'll be Freese up against Kirby Yates. They got to get something going here. That's a 410. Ballpark single. This is where the Yankees love that ballpark single because it's not going to come up very often at all. That roll. That is a line out to shortstop. Sharply hit, but right there, Gregorius. Right at him. Jordy Mercer draws a walk. With one out, they need runs. They will try to goose this along a bit. He's going to try to get a lead. Let's see. Needs a 3. But a 9 doesn't do it. But a plus, let's see, plus 5. So, plus the 1 to 10. They're not going to hold him on. So, he's going to wait to steal till after Stewart's at bat. So here's Chris Stewart, runner at first. Against a righty, 4-11 strikes out. So that's going to bring up the pitcher spot. And they will pinch hit with they'll go with Sean Rodriguez. They got to give themselves the best chance here to so 2 outs. It'll be Sean Rodriguez. Runner still at first. Yeah, we're not going to try stealing with Mercer. Just go ahead and strikes out. So that's a strikeout, and Rodriguez will head to the Pine to spend the rest of the game wishing he had another at bat. And it's bottom of the 7th. Yates gets the job done there. And so it's his spot first pitching. The pitcher spot is up first, so he will be pinch hit for, and the Pirates will call upon, let's see, they're bringing in Corey Lubke. Lobstein went 1.0. Faced more batters than he really needed to, but that's kind of the way it goes. So they will pinch hit. So they're bringing in a lefty. They will go with they're going to give Aaron Hicks an at bat here. He may stay in the game depending on where things end up. Hicks against a righty walks. So that brings up Jacoby Ellsbury. Pretty decent at holding on. They're not going to hold the runner. Here's Ellsbury. So that's a 1. That is a wild pitch chance. He is a 0 wild pitch, so no wild pitch on that. It's blocked by Stewart. Here is Ellsbury again with the roll. Fly ball to center field. That'll be 1 out. Starlin Castro. Ground ball to third base. Castro will beat that out. The relay, but they do go 5-4. Get the lead runner, and that'll bring up Carlos Beltran against Lubke. 2 outs. That one is long, and that one is gone. He takes Lubke deep. 2-run home run. Yankees take a 7-2 lead. Sis Pam Boom, and guess what? This game is... this is probably going to be a loss for the Yankees, or not for the Yankees, for the Pirates. Teixeira strikes out, but the damage done, and 2 runs on, and they've scored 2 runs here in the last 2 innings, and it is now 7-2. Beltran will come out. Hicks will stay in the game, playing right. And the pitcher spot will be where Beltran is, and it's not a save situation, so they may just go with a long reliever. Now I got to get Hicks's, where is he at? He's right here. Playing right. And the Yankees will get, let's see who is available for them. They will use Anthony Swarzak here. He is a 3 injury guy, but that's so he will face the top of the order, and he is hitting in the 3rd spot in the order. We could have also, and maybe we'll do that next inning. We'll see. Could have brought out A-Rod, but like to get him as many at bats as we can. So Swarzak against Harrison. Against a righty, that is going to be a single. Weak power against righties. So single for Harrison. 7-2 lead. It's going to be Matt Joyce. And a 1-2. That one is long. That one is gone. Matt Joyce cranks it out of here off Swarzak. That's unlucky. Roll for the pitcher. And that makes it 7-4. Here in the top of the 8th. And that makes it a save situation. They're gonna try and let Swarzak get through this inning. Marte. Ground ball to first. And that play will be made by Teixeira. Andrew McCutchen. And that's a ground ball to third. And A-Rod getting into the act. John Jaso against a lefty. That's a walk. It's going to bring up David Freese. They will give him one more batter. David Freese. 3-7. Ground ball to third base. Throws all the way to first. Swarzak gives up 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. 7-4 going to the bottom of the 8th. Lubke will be back out here. They're going to give him another inning of work here. A-Rod. Against a righty. That is a ballpark home run chance for A-Rod. 1-14. That is gone. And just like that, it's not a save situation anymore. And we've got a major happening going on upstairs, mostly because I'm down here, I'm sure. So let's hurry up and get this done. You don't yell at that kind of level if you're just trying to have one person here. So ground ball is short. That is Mercer. There's really no way to do this when you feel like you're being yelled at in that kind of fashion. I mean, I'm not being yelled at, but my kids are, and I'm sure that it's not meant for my kid to be heard. As Romine, I'm just getting through this game now at this point. Ground ball to first, 3-1 plus injury. I'm not worrying about his injury. They have McCann. He'll be injured for 5 games once McCann's back. So Romine out. Here is Gardner. Fly ball to left. That'll be it for the 8th. 1 run. It's 8-5 or 8-4. It's nice in Major League stadiums. You have scoreboards to look at. All right, so Swarzak will continue. Now that his team has made it a non-save situation, they will just... Here's Mercer. Fly ball left. 1 out. Chris Stewart. Let's see. They're going to pinch hit here. Yeah, they'll pinch hit with Kong. One to 5 single chance. Doesn't get it. Line out too short. And so the pitcher spot, I forgot to mark P3. Pitcher spot, let's see, they need 1 more pinch hitter. And they'll go with Cervelli. Actually, no, let's use one of these other fellas. Let's use Cole Figueroa. Not a very good chance of doing anything, but we have to get them at bats at some point here, I feel like. And I'd rather use them up when the likelihood of their at bat starting something or not starting something is at a low point, and this would be it. So 2 outs, nobody on. Cole Figueroa, lefty. So if it comes off of Swarzak's left side, and it will, against the lefty 5-9, weak power, that'll be a single for Figueroa. They will let him take second on defensive indifference. So here's Josh Harrison. Against a righty, 5-7, 1-2 would be a double. Otherwise, the game will be over. And it is a 1. That is a double. They will score a run. So brings up Matt Joyce, and they are gonna go to their bullpen. It is a save situation now. I do believe the tying run will be on deck, so it will be against the lefty, they will bring in Andrew Miller. Did Miller pitch last game? Yes, he did. He would be out for the next. Betances as well. Well, you got to pick one or the other. We will go with Miller to match up against Joyce. Swarzak goes 1 2/3. They just need one more out here. Top of the ninth, 8-5. Save situation for Miller. You've got Harrison on second, and you got Joyce at the plate, lefty. And they will pinch hit with Cervelli here. Might as well, right? Give them a shot here. They were able to fight through using a bench guy, Figueroa, who... So here's Cervelli. Can he keep this game going? Runner at second, 2 outs. Against a righty, 6-9. That is a ground ball to short. That'll be Gregorius 1E16, and the game will be over. 1-13. No problem. 10, no problem. That ball game is over. Gregorius throws to first. That is it. They do pick up a run here in the ninth, but that is not nearly enough. 8-5 is your final. Yankees win. They go to 3-2. Pittsburgh gets their first loss of the season. And I think all in all, that was a relatively good game. Not a whole lot of closeness to the game there after a while, but here I got to see if any more comments come in. No, this is going to reload and then we'll find out. Kind of getting a groove there, and then what's the point? So let me see. We got the comments are going to load up here. And I've got a little bit of time here. So I'm going to do the quick stat rundown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits for the Pirates. The Phillies did finally win a game last night. You are correct, RFA. Predator. Yankees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, let me see. I think I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits for the Yankees, including home runs from Beltran and A-Rod. A-Rod played third without an error. How about that? I don't think they had any errors on the Yankee side of the aisle. Now, the Pirates, on the other hand, they had 2 as 2 of their more sure-handed guys. Marte and McCutchen both committed errors. So, and that, I would say that very much entered into the fold. You get one of the runs here wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the error. Because that would have been 1 out and then 2-3. Well, let's see. Let's reconstruct this inning. You get the walk. This would have been that's a 1 base error on Marte. So it would have been caught, and he would have stayed at first, and this would have been the double play. So yes, definitely it would have been. That's an unearned run. These are both unearned runs. This would have been the 3rd out right here. So that's 3, and you have a 3-run game. So those errors are certainly. I mean, granted, some decisions were made later in the game probably that were score effects in a way. The letting him advance on defensive indifference probably allowed him to score on the double, where maybe he wouldn't have from first, especially with needing runs. You wouldn't have sent Figueroa unless, when you need more than just 2 runs or whatever. More than just 1 run, really. 1, 2 left. 3 left. 4 left. 5, 6 left on base for the Pirates. Yankees 1, 2, 3. Only 3 left on base for the Yankees. They were pretty economical there in that game. 8 runs on 10 hits. So that's your line score. So let me see. Was there an injury? Oh, yes, Romine. I rolled a 15, which means that he is a 5-game injury. McCann is back after this game. I let Romine continue. I am going to put him on here. 5-game injury. So McCann comes back for game 3 of this series, and Romine's going to go on the shelf for 5 games. They'll go without a backup. I'm not going to be grabbing Sanchez until it's entirely necessary. So, thanks for watching, everybody. 8-5 Yankees win. Not bad for a Bush League effort here, but and no, there's no way I would rig a game for the Yankees or for any team. So, don't worry. These games are about as up front as possible. I wouldn't do that. I don't care that much about seeing one team win or lose. I just want the actual result to play out. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Strat on. I got to enter this into Strat PC, and then we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, guys.